Hello, my friends. Welcome to the new independent reading section in your OneNote notebook. You're watching the explanation video right now because I want to get into the assignment that we're going to do to actually start independent reading this year. And you'll come to find out it could be independent reading or it could be independent viewing based on how this assignment is going to be set up. It's going to be based on this concept of windows and mirrors. You may have seen this in the library. You may have heard this prior years. But a book can be a window or a book can be a mirror. And you can think about that metaphorical meaning that mirrors reflect. Mirrors show you yourself. It might allow you to see some details about yourself, even though the book is written about a different character. Book can be a window. You don't see yourself in it. You see something else. You observe something else. You're outside your four walls, outside normal. You're looking into a different area. We can build on these ideas. You can think about those ideas for the book or the film that you end up choosing. Is that book or film a window or a mirror? The assignment that you're going to do, and I know that we are currently working on the art project to finish our Overcoming Barriers unit. This project you'll work on our remote days as we're finishing up the Overcoming Barriers assignment. And then once we finish that Overcoming Barriers assignment, we can focus more on the windows and mirrors during our class time. But this will be something for you to do during your remote time that won't be me just sending you something like, say, grammar again, because we've moved on from that. So for this assignment, there's two options. There's a book critique or films critique. You can read these more closely in your OneNote, but in short, you choose a book and you talk about how it's actually going to be a mirror or a window, how there was something new, how there was something different. You don't want to choose something that's exactly like you. You do want to have that window in there. So you're looking at a book that pushes your boundaries a little bit, maybe a different genre, different format, someone who is different than you. And in a minute, we can look at those ways that someone could be different. Say you'd rather watch a film, you'd rather watch a documentary. You can do that for this independent viewing. You're still getting that window or mirror. You will end up watching two films. They'd want to be outside your regular movie choices, different format. Somebody looks, acts, lives differently than you. To find films, you might go to Netflix, and there's a list of films here. Or maybe you have Amazon Prime, and you can search by category and choose a different type of category. If you have another streaming, you can use that. You can use YouTube. But the idea here is, my people who want a book, you can make an appointment to go into the library and take a look. My people who want videos, you're going to look here in these different streaming platforms. But you'll have some time. Today, the goal is simply decide, would you rather read a book or whether you'd rather watch videos. When we talk about things being a window rather than a mirror, we talk about culture. So in there, someone's culture might be different than you. It's a window to someone else's culture. Surface culture here, but also consider these deeper things about culture. So it doesn't just have to be you're a boy and you read about a girl. Or you're a United States citizen, book takes place in another country. Both those things would work. Both those things are going to be not mirrors. But take a look at some of these deeper ideas on culture. We built this based on this prior challenge for Reading Without Walls, so you can take a closer look at that. And then these last few pages, some notes on this idea of mirrors and windows, because I'm going through it quickly here so that you can actually spend your time looking at this rather than just going through the video. Some examples of things that I could apply that I've done recently just to give you an idea of what you might be looking for. For this one, this is a book I read over the summer. It would be a girl who grew up in the 60s. She grows up in a lower class situation. She grows up in North Carolina in the swamps, and that is very different from my life, how I've grown up. It focuses a lot on how she had to fend for herself, and that would be a lot of the window for me. There was some mirror in here in terms of how she liked to be outside, the way she approached certain things, but in a lot of ways I was learning quite a bit of different things, even on the basis of how it described the geography of North Carolina and how it described the world there was very interesting to me. So that would be a starting point. A character that is a different gender, in a different location, in a different time period, in a different socioeconomic situation. Those could be some things that could be windows. In terms of a video I watched recently, on Netflix, there is a series called We Are the Champions. It's about people being very competitive in all kinds of different things. I'm incredibly competitive. I've gotten in stone skipping competitions and all kinds of silly things with my friends. This goes into things like yo-yo, hairstyles, running down hills, jumping after frogs, silly things that I know nothing about, windows into this other world, but also mirrors of just like that willingness to push yourself or that willingness to compete. I also suggest this to anybody who wants to watch something a little quirky. There are multiple episodes in the season. You would need to watch more than one to count as a film. So if I was to do that, and maybe a book stands out to you more or a video, what you need to do is actually select which one you want to do. You go to a selection form, tell me your class period so I can stay organized. Do you want to read a book or do you want to watch 2 films and then write this critique? An idea for what you're going to make at the end would be right here. You'll make a Flipgrid, you'll make a short video of yourself talking about it, and this is the type of information you'll have to fill out. So this is what we'll do on our remote days for the next few. It'll then transition in to what we'll work on in our in-person days, this idea of a text, whether it is a book or a video, as a window or a mirror. Your task now, fill out this form and we'll build on it from there. If you have any questions, concerns, or worries, please let me know.